This is the applied skills video for Module 3, focusing on the evolution of the case within a case study. This applied skills will be used directly in your Module 3 discussion board post for this week. In Modules 1 and 2, we covered the first two case study characteristics, the general principles or the issues and the specific circumstances of the situation. This week, we're covering the evolution of the case, or how those specific circumstances evolve over time and within the context of the case study. Project circumstances and role expectations can evolve through slow shifts or through sudden new situations. These make up the subtle changes within a project, a role, or the dynamics of a relationship where we find ourselves suddenly saying, wait a minute, what just happened here? When this happens, the professional perspectives and judgments that we offer must also adapt to account for and be appropriate to the circumstances as they arise and potentially change the situational context. Regarding the applied skills for Module 3 and in demonstrating them, the Module 3 discussion will focus on the change and adaptation within the case studies as we look at the evolution of the case, which is the third case study characteristic. This characteristic will require tracking and often pinpointing the moment where one set of principles or circumstances or expectations have effectively evolved into another set, which can potentially be very different from the original. It will be important within your case study analysis to locate within the case study narrative the specific point at which that change occurred, or be able to project and interpret from your own experiences what actions from the participants could result in this sort of evolution. You'll then need to clearly define what the specific principles, circumstances, or expectations were before this point of change and what they evolved into after the change. Let's revisit the example I provided in Module 2, Applied Skills video, from outside of the profession. A general principle or issue in society, which is widely accepted, is a standpoint that killing is bad and it's wrong to kill. However, this general principle could be modified by the specific circumstance of self-defense. While there are, of course, multiple perspectives out there on the topic, one widely accepted perspective says that within the specific circumstance of self-defense, killing may become an acceptable reaction. So this covers our case study characteristics for Module 1 and Module 2. If we introduce case study characteristic 3, the evolution of the case, to the same example, we introduce additional information about how the involved parties reacted, or another piece of information that either reinforces the general principle or modifies our perspective on how parties involved should react to it. In our case of self-defense, what if we learn that the individual defending themselves had the opportunity to injure but not kill their attacker, or that they had an opportunity to potentially escape the situation unharmed? These evolutions of the situation, or the evolution of the case, may then impact or modify our perspective on the general principle, or how we believe the parties should respond, and we're able to identify when exactly within this situation that change occurred. So we'll be building on the principles of the past 2 weeks' case studies as we analyze this week's case studies relating to equity, diversity, and inclusion within the profession and within the built environment.